The leaflet said that America is the biggest enemy of Islam and called on Muslims to take revenge for the burning of the Koran. The leaflets have been handwritten and dropped in Patika province, eastern Afghanistan. They've been distributed by the Taliban on motorbikes to small villages. Most villagers are illiterate, so the leaflets would have been left with imams to read out at mosques and spread the word that way. The Taliban has capitalized on the controversy at the holiest time of the year for Muslims, a time when the mosques will be packed with followers. Mandy Clark, CBS News, Kabul.
We want to bring in Juan Zarate now, CBS News national security analyst. Juan, good evening.
Good evening, Harry.
How much damage has already been done by this?
Well, Harry, some damage has already been done. We've seen protests in Muslim capitals around the world. We just heard about the Taliban leaflets calling on acts of revenge. And this the burning of the Korans has fed a perception that America is hostile toward Islam and toward Muslims. But I think we should all be breathing a collective sigh of relief, because all that pales in comparison to what we would have seen if images of burning Korans had splashed around the world on the internet and on TV screens.
And what would that have meant?
Well, I think General Petraeus spoke to this, Secretary Clinton spoke to it as well, and we've seen some FBI reports that suggested we would have seen an increase in threats, plots, and attacks against our troops, likely protests turning violent against our enemies, against our embassies, and generally increased threat against the United States. In addition, more dangerously, would have fed the perception that the U.S. is at war with Islam, something that we've been fighting to undercut for some time. Recall that President Bush put the first Quran in the White House. And so all of this burning of the Quran incident would have undercut those efforts.
Think about this, though, Juan. You've got a president, you've got a Secretary of State, you have the Secretary of Defense appealing to this preacher of a congregation of 30-some congregants who has threatened to do this one act. How would you characterize all of this?
Well, I think it was unprecedented, but it demonstrates the seriousness and the danger of this potential act. They took this very seriously, and Secretary Gates thought he had to act to stop this.
Juan Zarate in Washington tonight. Thanks.